Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the Rude Man. We're back on in Texas, Big Flats, Texas, and I'm broke, but I've got some work to do. So I guess we'll get at it. I'm not quite sure what I was doing. Oh, I was doing sugar beets, wasn't I? I think so. Let's get out of this and get back to the fields. But yeah, I think I was doing sugar beets. Oh, and I was doing this, whatever this is. All right, let's get some lime in here. Back this thing up. I don't know what field this is. It's, I don't even know where in the hell I'm at. It must be my field. All right, well, we're gonna finish liming this, and then we'll get a plow over here. Hey, Tina, Scorpion's in the house. AVC, all good, thank you, sir. I left my Discord today in case Andy wants to say something, if he's here. All right, there goes the limerator. Let's get over to, what's he got in him? Anything? No, nothing. There's the plow. Got some poo going. Here we go. All right, let's start this thing up. Pipe is out. Let's grab a truck. Or trailer, one of the two. That one. Dennis, hello, how are you? Tina says she can see and hear me. That's good. That's always good. Because you never know with a live stream. You just never know. I'm not the only one that's done it. I've had other people right in the middle of a live stream. You know, they've been live streaming for 15 minutes until finally somebody types in there, "Hey, we can't hear you." And then they check it out and say, "Oh, shoot, the sound isn't running." Uh-oh, Tina says this week hasn't gotten any better. Well, that happens sometimes in life. Things get worse before they get better. But it's kind of like I've had people in my past ask me if I've been happy, and I said, I don't know, because I don't have anything to compare it to. You know, if I'd been happy in the past, I didn't know the difference. So life just feels like it always has. Am I happy? I don't know. I guess so. I'm still kicking. Thank you, Dennis. Myself and the family are doing just great. Thank you. We're getting into our warmer weather. It's almost 70. I think it got up to 74 yesterday. That's hot for us. All right, get this thing out of the way, and we'll get back to the harvester. Beep, beep, beep. Wide load. Backing up. All right, let that thing go again. Let's get, I know I've got plowing to do. We've got, I think, let me check. Where are we at? Where am I? I've got some grass over in the production area that needs to be cut, I think. maybe. Yeah, it's ready to harvest. So let's get this guy going. I gotta. Oh, beep. Looks like I had the GPS running on this thing. All right, well, let's take a look at the GPS. And let's see, we had mower, we got a mower. That out, turn it on. Look at this thing go. Man, it goes like a bat out of hell. Gotta love it, eh? Jesse actually gone missing. A friend of ours is actually coming down to help find him. Amelia, how are you? I hope you're doing well. So he went missing. What the hell? What's with all this drama? That's a lot of drama. Wow, that's weird. Evidently, he's wanting some kind of attention. I mean, stuff happens to people. It's You know how some people get at their what they call a midlife crisis, and you say, well, he's not old enough for midlife crisis, or he's, too old for a midlife crisis. You can have a midlife crisis anytime. I mean, it just every once in a while, everybody has a chance to go crazy. For whatever reason. People in his car and stuff to do. Wow, that's not very descriptive. I'm doing good, Amelia. How are you? Yeah, that's not very descriptive. I got people to see, things to do, places to go. All right. Whoa, there's a train. All right, I think at this point, I'm going to try something. I'm going to turn the GPS off and just try hiring a worker, see how they handle this. As a call, text, or respond to any messages, meaning my friend's my phone, and his phone is off, which is like him at all. Does his phone have GPS on it that you have available? Maybe you can find him that way. Mine does. I don't know how to turn it on or off. So I suppose if somebody knew how to use it, they could find me anytime. All right, we'll let this guy go. He seems to have the job in hand. Okay. So we'll see what this guy's doing. Okay. How's our sugar beet guy doing? He's full again. So let's grab the trailer. The trailer. We're going to grab the trailer. Craig, how you doing? Train of thought, Craig says. Oh, he's talking about the train. I got it. I got you. It's a pun. Craig says everything is good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Scorp. Scorp got the first round. I went to put in Scorpion. I went to try that the pig food, the factory, but I don't have enough money to buy it. So I should check. That's what I was doing when I came in. Production. That's it right there. How much is it? It's $45,000. I don't have enough money. Let's see. Peas, beets, potatoes. All right. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. You got. Although you don't have any grain, you know you should have some grain. If I was to make a mod like that, I would put a grain, or earth, fruit, which would be beet or potato, and a protein. And the soy is protein. What else is protein? I don't know if canola would be considered protein or not. But anyway, that's what you want. You want a earth fruit, a grain, and a protein, and mix that up and call it pig food. Hey, Rob's in the house. If that is Rob. I think it is because Lori knows how to spell hay. Well, that is hay, but it's not the hay that hay. Never mind. Rob, I'm not picking on you, buddy. How you doing? How's your summer going? When do you have to go back to school? I mean, Scorpion said it's pretty soon for his kids. And I think, Tina, didn't you say Aiden had to go in a week or two back to school? You always went to slaughter? Summer's going good. Summer's going fast is what summer's doing. So Carol got me a so-called Hawaii shirt, although I don't think it's a Hawaii shirt. It's just kind of a fall leaf type, flowery kind of a thing. It's actually, I'm not going to take it to Hawaii because it's heavy. It's a heavy shirt. You know, I want something cool, light and cool. So I've got plenty of those. August 16th. Rob says he doesn't care. I asked him when school. I don't care. Good man. No, that's not. You need to go to school because otherwise you grow up to be an idiot. We got enough idiots in the world. Anyway. I need to check on my cows. God darn it. Let me slow this thing down a little bit. Moo. Moo. It's not going to let me. It ain't going to let me. I got to do it the Manilaw way. Manulaw. Where's the production? All right, we're looking at cattle production. Black Amos's. Okay, so productivity, health, puberty. So they're getting there. They're getting there. I could actually start selling them now, but I wouldn't get as much. So we'll let them go. There's the first batch that I bought. The second batch has got a ways to go. They're only 4 months old. These are only 9 months old. They're not there yet, but they got plenty of food. How about this one? Plenty of food, yeah. Food's doing good. I need to buy some more, but I'm broke, so can't be doing that. Let's go check on sheep's. Leslie got mad at you. Yeah, don't remind me, Dad. That's right. Belle Austin creates logos and overlays and stuff. All right, well, we got some wool to pick up. Is that a light switch on the post? Show is. Man, that's bright. All right, so we got some wool to pick up. We can do that. Belle Austin's following. Thank you, Bella Austin. I'll check out your stuff. I'm not in a great need for anything because basically my channel's dying and it's been shadow banned for a year or two now. So it's not growing much. All right, looks like sugar beets are done for the time being. I'm just going to drop them in storage, and we'll worry about getting them over to the sugar factory soon. Yeah, I'll keep in touch. As soon as I get off here, I'll go take a look and see what you're doing. Somebody just do a round? I missed it. All right, so I got to get the plow ready. Sugar beets empty? Yeah, let's go fill that up again. Got to keep up with everything. I spent yesterday afternoon on a map doing running a winery, and I want to figure out how to do everything before I attempt to try to do any kind of recording. I'd be a good one to have a winery, because remember, what's her name? I can't even think of her name now. Lynn used to accuse me of being a whiner. I am. I'm a whiner. I whine about everything. So I could run a winery. The map also has a brewery, but as I've said recently, I try to do too much when I get on these games. Lynn would agree, winery is your specialty. A little cheese with that wine. Oh, I found a cheese factory too on the map. So I can make some cheese. All right, we'll take this guy back to the farm. I find my plow, line it up somehow. God, I can't believe it's Thursday already. This week's almost gone. We got one more day in this week, and it seemed like I just said that like 3 hours ago. And here it is again, the end of a week. It's just flying by. We're in August already. I just can't believe it. Alrighty. Let's see here. Do I have any fertilizer going? Oh, you know what I need to do? Well, I don't have any money, but I should do it anyway. Well, let me get this going before I get too carried away. Whoop! Get back there. You lost your Whoa, what was that? Oh, dang it. My live stream just froze up. It hasn't done that in a while. I don't know what's causing it. And I don't know how to fix it. Darn it. Without closing the live stream down. Oh, dang it. Coffee cake? What kind of coffee does she use? Why do they call it coffee cake when it's not made out of coffee? And what do you do to cake anyway? Make a donut. You can at least dunk that in the coffee. It said no field was found. Well, isn't this a field? Sure looks like a field. Jeremy's in the house. Hey, Jeremy. Cake to be eaten with coffee. Well, that would be a fig Newton, because isn't a fig Newton considered a cake and not a cookie? Wish I knew how to fix that. I don't know. Without shutting the program down that actually does the live stream, I don't know how to start it back up. It's just froze. It just freezes. I don't know how to fix that. I'm trying something. All right, that didn't work either. Okay, that didn't work. Well, I guess if it's still working, I just better just leave it alone. That's probably the best thing to do. Just leave it alone. All right, I'll just leave it, I guess. Where'd everything go? Did I lose everything? Well, there I am now. Okay, there's picture back. Yeah, probably didn't work either. Black screen. That's racist, man. Come on. I'm not racist. Well, I guess best thing is just to leave it alone. It's frozen over here. I can't see what I'm doing. So I just have to take for granted that everything's working and try to remember where the camera's at. I have a hard time because I'm not conscious of the camera. I know the camera's over here. And so when I'm watching the game, it's obvious because I'm looking at the game. But when I turn my head to talk to the camera, I don't know where the camera's at. I don't pay attention. It's actually up there. So I have to lift my head, which doesn't seem natural to me. It's more natural if I'm talking to just turn and say something, because what I'm looking at when I turn my head, I'm looking at the chat. Now, I'm facing the chat right now, and I can read the chat. But the camera's up there. So when I talk to you guys, I turn to the chat, but I don't lift up to the camera. Isn't that weird? Shady character. I'm working in the dark for show. For sure, I'm working in the dark. All right, we'll let this guy go. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to go see if we can pick up some of that wool. Because I can take the wool, because I've got cotton coming. So if I get the wool over there, then I can take the cotton to that factory and start making some underpanties or whatever that store makes out of cotton and wool. Wouldn't wool underwear be a little bit warm? Might overheat the generator. You know what I mean? Don't respond to that. That was awful. Now, I just have to see if I can get into that barn, because that barn's kind of hard to get into. The sheep barns all mess up, because when I put it in, it adjusted the height of the ground and messed it all up. There's a great big hill there now. There's a hill here, too. I hate when it does that. It just proves the point that this is not a flat map. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can get the trader close enough to do an auto load. Let's find out. We'll do, take these down and see if I can do an auto load. What is that? Performance overlay. I hit the wrong key. Is it shift? There it went. Well, I got some of it. All right, we got some. It didn't give me the one that wasn't full. Now there is an adjustment on the mod that you can say just give me full bales, or in this case, it would be just give me full. What do you call it? Pallets, full pallets, and it'll only give you full pallets. I might have it set up that way. I don't know. Rob's thinking something's pretty damn funny. This tractor's probably a little bit overkill for this trailer, but holy smokes! Look at that mirror. It goes right through my head. You'd think my head would be in that mirror. Where's my head? My head's gone. Did the lime guy run out of lime? All right, I'm gonna have to check, see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna go. Oh man, I barely made it across that train. I'm gonna split your britches. Yeah, you don't want to have to change your britches halfway through the week. Once a week's good enough. Change your britches. Okay, there's the clothes factory, but where's the place where you put the goodies? On the side? Oh, you got to back her in. Well, I don't know if you have to back it in. Let me see if I can sneak in there. Oh, look. It started unloading on me. There it goes. Woohoo. All right. Now, let's go in there and see if I already had cotton in there. I don't recall. What's the name of that place? That ain't in the name of the places. I like it like that. There it is, clothing factory. Okay, so fabric wool, we've got not very much, and we have no cotton. So I'm waiting for the cotton. So we'll wait. We'll wait before we do anything. Wool makes jeans and t-shirts, I guess. Cotton makes jeans and t-shirts. So evidently I don't need both, either or, and I can work it. Right? Either or. That's what it looks like to me. So I should be able to activate that and start making some clothing. And we'll just have it store for now. Right? Or not. Doesn't matter. I'll just turn it to spawn. All right. And then let's go back to the farming, I guess. But is the hill alive? The hills are alive with the sound of music. Wool underwear may be a bit itchy. That's true. Well, I'm going to take these sugar beets to the sugar beet factory. And I need to make some money. I'm just spending money. I need to make some money because I need to buy some Digistate or Digestate, however you might pronounce that in your world. We had a debate about that the other day. I think it's Digestate myself. Prove me wrong. You may ask, why do you think it's Digestate? Well, I think it's Digestate because of the way it's spelled. It starts off with digest. And you don't pronounce that digest. It's spelled digest. When you digest your food, That's how the word starts, is with the word digest. So I think it's digestate. And Scorpion thinks it's digestate. But look at the word, you just put a hyphen between digest. So I don't think you're right. I think I'm right. But I always think I'm right, because I usually am. Very seldom have I been wrong, and I never admit to it. So there you go. You'd never know. If I was wrong, you'd never know. And you might wonder, you've probably heard me say this before. I think I've said it to Rob or somebody else in here. Don't admit to being wrong. It's a sign of weakness. That was from John Wayne. John Wayne said that. Well, hell, if it's good enough for John Wayne, it's good enough for me. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Rob says that's true. Is it still Rob? If I was right, you would never know, because you would just ignore me anyway. Poor Scorpion. He's had a tough life, I tell you. Can't get no respect from his elders. Lori says Scorpion. Lori's trying to confuse us. She's actually logged on to herself and Rob, and she's jumping back and forth just to confuse us. Poor Rob, he can't express himself. Rob, I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't take anything I say serious. Nobody else does. Blake's in the house. Jeremy, how you doing? Blake, what's up, buddy? All right. Dang it. Something in my eye. Something gonna make me cry. I cry too damn easy anyway. I'm a sensitive guy. You wouldn't know it. My kids don't know it. All right, well, so, what else do I need to lime? Oh, I already had the guy going over there. He's already working. Look at that. Go, man, go. Got to plow this field in front of me, too. So, let's go see if it needs some liming first. Blake says he's okay, he's just bored. I don't blame you. I actually didn't realize it, but I slept in this morning. It was after 8 o'clock before I got up. I hate when I do that, because I was still half asleep when I looked up and thought, oh man, I got a live stream in an hour. What was that? I can't see anymore. When that happens, I don't know what just happened. Oh, Scorpion redeemed no brains. Speaking of no brains, I saw him on Discord today. Miss Nelson, hello. How are you? I saw Bill on Discord this morning. Well, he wasn't on Discord. I saw on Discord that it showed me that he was playing a game. So he's still alive. Whether he comes in here and says hello or not, he's still kicking. Half the day's over by the time you get. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I really get upset when that happens. But to be fair, I've had 2 nights in a row that I haven't been to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, well, that's not true. Last night it was about 1:30, but the night before it was after 2 before I went to bed. I just got. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Scorpion knows because I've talked to him about it. I got an email on an update and a mod that I was playing on Fallout 4. And I've had people ask me, aren't you playing Fallout 4 anymore? Because I was playing that Sim Settlement mod. And I had to explain that I stopped playing it because of the fact that I had a couple hundred mods on the game. And that particular game on that particular computer I'd been playing for 3, 4, or 5 years. In 5 years, a computer can get pretty bogged up, if you know what I mean, especially if you're a mod user. And I think there was just a problem with the mods so much that, I was going to check to see if I needed to lime that field. It was so bad that it took me an hour and a half to make a 20-minute movie. Because I kept getting, about every 5 minutes the game would freeze, and I'd have to restart it, and then I'd play another 5 minutes and it would kick me clear out of the game, and then I'd have to start where I left off, or if I didn't do a save game, then it would put me behind a little bit. Then I had to catch up and then start the recording again. This would go on for an hour and a half, 2 hours for me to get a half-hour recording. It just it was impossible to play. You're really not playing a game when that happens, when you go 5 minutes and the game freezes, and 5 minutes and the game kicks you clear out to the screen, to the loading screen, and 5 minutes and then it kicks you clear out of the game to your desktop. You can't play that way. It's unplayable. So I stopped playing. Okay, this is growing. I can't do anything with this. So I had to stop playing because it just wasn't fun. It wasn't working. Well, anyway, I have a new computer now. And so a day or two ago, I got an email, said, hey, that mod you're playing had a big new update. It's in its final chapter. So he did it in 3 chapters. First chapter, second chapter. And I was about halfway through the second chapter. And now the 3rd chapter's coming out, and it's humongous, and it looks really well done. And I thought, oh my God, I want to go back and finish that. But I didn't want to put that on my new computer and get it all bogged up with mods. So I thought about it, and I went to, I loaded the game, and I deleted everything in the game because now you've got the cloud, right? So if you're playing a game and Steam knows how much crap you've got on your game, and it loads that all to the cloud. So the next time you load the game up, it says, hey, your game on your computer is 2 months behind. We've got all new stuff on the cloud, and they shoot it back down at you to bring your game up to where it was on the cloud. Well, that's fine if you want them to do that. In this case, I didn't want them to do that because I didn't want all that crap on my computer. I just wanted a clean install of the original game and nothing else. So it did its thing, and I had to go back in and clear everything out. Then I decided, since I've played, Fallout now has what they call compilations or God, what else do they call it? Oh, shoot. I can't think of the word. Anyway, what it is, it's let's say you're a mod user and you want to play a certain kind of game. They'll take like 10 mods that work well together, and they'll make a compilation of those. That's not what they're calling it, a collection. So they make a collection of mods, and they say, look, if you want to play this style, here's 10 mods that will do that for you. We put them all together. We made them work well together. And we put them all in one, so all you have to do is punch one button. It will download all of that, set it up on your machine, and you can play that style. So I thought, okay, well, I want to play that Sim Settlement game, so I'm going to go look for a collection of mods that go with that game. So I looked at the first one that had the most downloads. I don't know what I'm looking for now. This, I guess. I looked for the first collection that had Sim Settlement 2 in it and mods that would play well with that mod, other mods that played well with that mod. And I thought, well, okay, there can only be maybe 5 or 10 other mods that would go with that, right? So I went through the instructions, and it's really interesting because these people that are making these collections now, they're putting them together in a way that they won't have as few bugs as they can get at them. And this particular one said that their mod authors that were putting this collection together had thousands of hours playing these mods together and testing them to make sure they work well together, right? So I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. So I found one. I thought this might work. I pushed the button to download them and install them. And before you do, they give you a whole list of things to do. We want you to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Follow these instructions. 5, 6, 7. Don't do anything but what we're telling you to do. It even includes pictures. So it teaches you how to set your game up, how to set your everything up so that these, when you do download these mods, they're going to work together. They're going to work and they're not going to have any bugs, right? So I did all of that. I hit the button, started downloading. It was taking quite a bit of time, so I went and played another game. Okay, I figure out what I'm doing here. It took quite a bit of time, and again, now it's getting close to 1 o'clock in the morning. That's how the story started, you know. And I went in and it was done. And I thought, great, let's start it up and see what happens. That's when I looked at the program that runs all the mods. Maddie's in the house. Just started playing. Maddie, how are you? So, anyway, where was I? I started it up, but before I started up, I had to go to the page that holds all the mods and click a startup on that, right? That's when I saw that collection just loaded 582 mods onto my computer for Fallout 4. 582. And I just about crapped. So the first thing I did was pull my computer up, my desktop, to see how much memory that I didn't have. And I was shocked. It didn't use that much memory. Now, when I had this computer built, I put very large disks in it, so they hold terabytes. So anyway, we're looking good. So I started running a game yesterday, and I ran it all day. Didn't have one issue, not one problem. Even with that many mods on it. So I ended up playing until 1:30 last night, messing around with it. And everything's still running. And I played it again this morning for a couple hours. But I'm missing chat now because I got into a story. What did I miss? Let's see. All right, where's where Miss Nelson came in? That's about when I started the story. Lori says, cheers. Blake says he slept until 6 in the afternoon before. Oh, my God. Blake, I hate to tell you, but 6 in the afternoon is actually 6 in the evening. That would be very late afternoon. That's early evening. Squirt got day. I got day count till school too. Get beat up if I say the word school. Yeah. All right, I'm catching up here. 32 days, Lori says. I just have to figure out living arrangements before school. What? Are you homeless, Lori? It'd be nice when they get back to school. The house will be quiet again while I'm working. Maddie, are you saying that you just started playing this game? So we have another Maddie. This isn't Maddie, is it? I don't think so. This is the new Maddie. Well, we have to do something similar, Lori. I'm gonna try to move the grandkids back because they're having trouble with school, and they're not getting to school on time. They go home after school to sit there alone until evening, and so they're going to be going to school here this year. Jagan went to school here this last year, but Addie didn't. She went to school in a different town, and she wants to come back to this school, which means that they'll be probably coming here after school. The bus drops them off right here in front of the house. So we're thinking that we're going to try to get them to just stay here so they can get up and get to school in the morning and have a place to come home to after school and something decent to eat and that kind of stuff. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll do it. Craig says he once slept for 3 days. Well, that reminds me of a singing group, Three Dog Night. Remember them? All right, so we're making fertilizer because fertilizer's good money. And I don't know what's wrong with that sell point that I've got. I've got a sell point over there that supposedly sells everything. But I can't seem to get digestate out of it. I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly. Let me see if I've got anything in here. Have I got anything? Let's go to containers. What's that one? Okay, this one's weird. It's got weirdness to it. See that? That is weird. Whatever, I don't know what that is. That's around that silo. I think that silo's got an issue. Liquid storage, that's not it. All right, so that's all I got there. That's not going to do it. This is the one I'm already using, and I think what happened was it changed the terrain, and I don't know if I'm hitting the trigger correctly on it, because that should have animal food buying station. You can buy all kind of animal food plus seeds, fertilizer, and lime. That I don't know. All right, I don't think I have another one that does what I want it to do. Let me look at silos, though. No, manure and slurry. That ain't it. Yeah, I don't have it in the game. I've got some more of those, but I don't have them in this game, so I'll have to worry about that later. Let me get some more of this junk put in there. Yeah, it has been broken since then. Oh, Rob, thank you. It's close to Mountain Dew time. Holy smokes! That plow just crashed into my other stuff here. Oh my God! It's in the neighbor's field. What happened? It jumped fields. Uh-oh, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm messing up the neighbor's farm. Holy smokes. This isn't my field, is it? No, Isaac Ewing's gonna be after me. Oh my God, he's gonna hire a hitman to get me. Oh no. Isaac, it wasn't me. Scorpion did it. Wonder how Andy's doing. Wow. Come on, Big Bud. You can do it. I like Big Bud. I cannot lie. So, Scorpion, I messed around last night, too, with, in between playing Fallout 4 with the winery. I was talking about that earlier, trying to get everything to run, because I don't know how to do it. So I was working on that, and I got some wine produced. It's still a little bit tricky, so I got to keep working on it until I can get it right. Now I have to make some cheese to go with the wine, though. So Rob's waiting for me to get a Mountain Dew, I'm pretty sure. There you go, Rob. There you go, Mountain Dew. I don't know if you can see that or not. All right, here goes. Woo! That's a good. That's a Gouda cheese. Is this gonna work? No. Wow, he just had it, didn't he? I'm not doing anymore, he said. This is not right. Almost drove off the end of the world. Hey, the world is flat. Who knew? Rob says he's got him a Mountain Dew. You've got a good mom. You better keep her, Rob. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to work this time. I need to have it be able to turn around and come back. Oh, I forgot. Scorpion, I put that new mod in. Let's see. What did I do? Booty, 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 boo. All right, I put that new mod in. There's a new mod that I'm using that controls paint costs and things like and maintenance costs. So now I can't remember what we set it at. Did we set the paint cost, or was it the interval down to 25? He begs to differ. Uh-oh. Well, that's fair. That's life. I mean, we didn't. There's a lot of us that don't get along with our parents and grandparents all the time. My kids don't. They think I'm nuts. They think I'm getting senile. I have a mountain don't. So anyways, Scorpion, help me out. I can't remember what we did. Was it the time or the cost that we changed? Or was it both? And I think it was the cost. I'm going to go down to 25%. Maybe it's all of it. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll worry about it later. All right, this is where I'm testing to see if it's going to turn on me, because the last time it wanted to run off the side of the world. Nothing compares to Gramps. Well, Addie used to be that way when she was little. She still is. She still is. But when she was really little, when I got home from work, it didn't matter who was in the room. Mom, grandma, aunts, uncles, and whoever. It didn't make any difference. When I got home, you better not be between me and her, or you would get knocked over. And she's still kind of that way. The only difference now is she has friends now. I'm not quite the everything that I used to be. And that's fine. It was my job to provide the everything that she needed. All righty. I don't know if I've made anything or not. Let's see. Let's see if I've got anything to sell. I got manure, but I don't want to sell the manure. I want to make it into fertilizer. So let's see what I got. I got to sell something. I'm getting broke. I had 19 when I started. 19,000. Now I'm down to 16. But I've got all those sugar beets. There's no way that factory's going to take all the sugar beets, so I can sell the rest. Now I got to be careful. I don't want to flip this truck over. This one doesn't flip as bad as the other one. You didn't change the maintenance one? Okay, so you just changed the two that I just did? I see the plow didn't finish the job on that field. I gotta go back. Like I'm paying wages out and I'm broke. Come on. Game, give me a break. Is that really the Texas flag? That's ugly. It's not very creative. See if I make any money. I didn't have all that much fertilizer. A couple 100,000, 400,000, 100,000, 100,000 short of $500,000. That's not too bad, I guess. I'm guessing. Don't diss the Texas flag. Wasn't dissing it. I just thought it was prettier than it was. It's pretty simple. A red stripe, a blue stripe, and or a white stripe. I now don't even remember. And a Lone Star, Texas. All right, I got to go find my plow and have him finish that job. He did a half-assed job. Where is he? There he is. You need to go back to work, buddy. You didn't finish your job. What's he doing over here anyway? Yeah, I did a pretty good job on the neighbor's farm, but you didn't finish mine. Isn't that weird? Look, it jumped clear over here. Why? Why did it do that? That's crazy, man. Don't diss the Texas flag. Y'all. You're supposed to say y'all when you do that. I don't have access to that land, it says. Well, you're sorely mistaken. Okay, he said he didn't change the maintenance one, so I put that back. Whoops, put that back, and just changed this. Right? Is that what you're doing? Where is that? Paint cost and paint interval. All right. Sounds okay to me, I guess. So, what that mod does is it controls your paint, obviously, your paint cost, and how long your paint job lasts. The in-game, you do one field and your paint's all chipping off. Well, that doesn't happen in real life. And then the costs were terribly high to have it repainted, which is, again, out of proportion. So the mod changes that. I mean, literally, the paint chipped off your equipment faster than the dirt went on after plowing one field. So it fixes that situation. right? Come back again, y'all. Come back soon. Scorpalto. I was watching these two young kids that left California and went to a different state, more like the state of confusion. And they were talking about they had to get out of California because California was getting this and that and the other thing. And you guys know what California's like, so I don't need to explain. Besides the fact that they're crapping all over in their streets. And they also lived in Portland, and they were complaining. They were complaining that people were crapping in the streets. They were destroying the businesses. They were the homeless were living in the city parks where you couldn't take your kids to the park anymore and this kind of stuff. And so they moved. Now they're telling the story. Well, why aren't you in Portland and California anymore? And you're now in a better state of confusion. And they were telling about, all these bad things happened, and things are getting out of hand, and all this kind of stuff. In the next breath, they talk about what they miss is some of the good ideas they were voting in. The same ideas that caused the problem that they moved out for. And they thought that, they had some really good ideas. And we like that. We want to see more of that. But the ideas they voted in made it so bad we had to leave. But my God, they were good. These people are stupid. Anyway, or at least blind, deaf, and dumb. I gotta check my fields and see. Let's see. We got this one's being whatcha-dingered. Uh-oh. What's he doing? What's he doing? Are we at the end of the world? Why did he stop? Did he run out of? Oh, he ran out of stuff. Don't be running out of stuff. Get back, cheer. Finish your job. There you go. All right, Scorpio. How tall is a Chinaman? How small is his brother? What? How tall is a Chinaman? How small is his brother? How long a spell was? Blondes versus the redheads. See, the same thing's happening in Texas. All those people are moving from California and they're bringing their politics with them. And the next thing you know, Texas is going to be just like California. And it won't take very long. Even before my lifetime. All right, so what are we doing? Whoa, who did that? Let me in, dang it. How did that happen? I hired a worker and they just went crazy on me. Who is it anyway? John. Well, that wasn't John before. All right, I gotta check to see if I've got any fuel in there. I do. I've got fuel in there. Okay, because I've got a big cornfield I want to plant. I gotta go pick up that grass too. There's always something to do on the farm, you know what? Oh my God, look what I just did. Oh geez, oh geez. Dang it. No, stop it. God. I don't know. I might have to go to Arkansas and get some help. Some farmhand help. This Texas stuff ain't working out. What is that? I just saw something in the grass. What did I saw? What did that? There it is. What is that? Boy, when you put it on one, when you put this mod that I've got that makes me run fast, you got slow, medium, and fast. This is slow. My God, you couldn't walk any slower than that. There's medium, which isn't normal. It's faster than normal. What the hell is that? What is that? Oh, did I knock a sign over? That's the base for the sign. I'll bet that's what that is. Yeah, that looks like a sign. The base. I must have knocked the sign over. I've never done that before. Knocked the sign over. Never. Pouring down rain. Hey, Jared, how you doing? (105 Fahrenheit today, supposed to hit 106. We're supposed to get 71, I think. Oh man, that Mountain Dew tastes so good. I'm having a hard time. I just want to chug it. That's how the kids drink it. Used to piss me off. Addie and Jagan, especially Jagan, you'd give him a soda. It's supposed to be something special. When I was a kid, we didn't have money for soda. We drank a lot of Kool-Aid and water. Mostly water. But we didn't have money for soda. It was very rare that we had a Pepsi or... Well, we didn't drink Coke. We were Pepsi drinkers. Very rare that we had a Pepsi. Very rare. We used to go hunting for beer and pop bottles and stuff. They didn't have stuff in cans back then. It was all glass. So it was pop bottles and beer bottles. And you'd take those in and make a little bit of money, and then we'd buy our candy. We usually bought candy. Or we would save it up to go to a movie. And because that was really a luxury to get to go to a movie. And that's what we did with that. We'd hunt day in and day out for stuff in ditches and wherever. But rarely had a pop. I'd get a soda for the kids, give it to them, Jagan would just in one drink it'd be gone. And good Lord, you didn't even have time to taste it. I said, slow down and enjoy it. It's a rarity. What else have we got? Do we got the taters to do? Didn't I have taters over on this field over here? I did. So that means we need to lime that too. All right, we got to lime this field. Yeah, this stuff's expensive. Well, and it's full of sugar, too. It isn't good for them. Rob takes a baseball to it. It hurts me. Huh. No seals, the interior's getting soaked. I guess you don't drive in the rain, huh? Is it getting dark on me? The lights just came on. Huh? Yeah, I mean, normally when I have a soda and I'm live streaming, the soda usually lasts long after the live stream. Sometimes not, though. Sometimes if I'm really thirsty and it really, it's funny sometimes. You'll open up. There are times when I'll think I'm pretty thirsty and I'm gonna pop a top on a soda. And I pop a top on the soda, and it just doesn't taste right. You know, like maybe it's gone bad, or the carbonation's not there. It's just kind of stale. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Stale isn't it? But, well, it kind of is. Anyway, I hate when a soda's like that. It's like, oh man, I just wasted this soda. Now and then there's other times where the carbonation is so strong that it just kind of burns going down. That's when it's really good. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I've popped the top on a soda and it's just so damn good, or I'm just so thirsty that in about 3 gulps it's gone and I'm popping another one. Probably not good for me, but, well, obviously it's not good for me. You're new to you, bench seats getting wet. New to me. Would you find it on the side of the road? For free. Take it. Yeah, that gets used a lot. Oh, I got a new truck today. Oh, yeah? How do you afford a new truck? Well, it's new to me. You know, then you look at it and it's like made in the 1930s. Although if it was made in the 1930s and it's still running, you probably couldn't afford it. I'm trying to think of the oldest car I had. Oldest car I had was a 1950 Ford, and it had a special kind of a drive shaft in it. So most of the cars back then, were shift cars. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, a lot of the shift cars, it had the shift on the column. So if you know what the column is, your steering wheel's hooked to it. So, like, let's say this microphone here, this is the column, the steering wheel's on the outside, and when you turn, this column goes into the dash. Well, that's what they called the column. I had several vehicles. One of my old pickups was this way, but I had a station wagon that's this way too. And the gear shift is up here on the column right behind the steering wheel. And you would shift up for first, second, third, fourth, and then you had to, pull it back and down for reverse or something like that. Or push it forward and down reverse, something like that. But that was kind of weird shifting off the column, and I liked it. Then they came out with these automatic ones that were push button. There was, was it might have been a Dodge. There were buttons on it, like, first, second, third, R for reverse, P for park, and you just pushed a button. And if you're lucky, the button worked. But yeah, that was kind of a weird system. We were talking about that the other day. They were talking about technology, and something's kind of wrong with technology in that, and it has to do with money. It has to do with money, power, and greed. Now, all three of those go kind of hand in hand: money, power, and greed. The people that have money also have power, and they're also greedy. But the conversation was about transportation. If you look at, even in my lifetime, I didn't live in the horse and buggy day, but I wasn't that far off. I was a generation off of that. But look at the technology, the changes in technology, especially in electronics and things like that. And the changes are drastic. Can you imagine, even in the 60s when we were watching Star Trek and they had that communicator that they were talking to, and then in my lifetime, we had a flip phone that was about the same damn thing. And, it was amazing how the technology's changed over the years dramatically, except for one thing, and that's transportation. The automobiles. Cars are not that much different in the 1950s than they are now. They're sleeker and faster and quieter, but they still run on the same fuel. They get a little bit better gas mileage, but they're still running on the same fuel. Why hasn't technology in automotive areas changed? Well, it's because they're getting the money from the oil. That's where the money's at. That's where the greed is at, and that's where the power's at. And so they don't want it to change. If it did, they'd be all out of business. But that's interesting. Think about it. Commute time, get off the road. Scorpion's going to be on the road. Mexican internet. Flat. Lori said flat. That's what I was searching for, not stale. Is flat, which I think means that basically the carbonation isn't there, or it got set out in the sun, or maybe it got frozen. Maybe it got hot and cold too many times. That kind of thing. You love your truck not having computers? Mexican internet. Now, wait a minute. You're not supposed to be in Mexico anymore. What are you talking about? Aren't you home now? Well, most newer cars have a more crappy build quality. Well, that's by design, Jared. Don't let anybody else tell you that it's not. There's a lot of things that are done by design now. And when I was a kid, if your alternator was not working properly, you took it out, you took it apart, you cleaned off the components, you got new brushes to put in. In other words, you rebuilt it and you put it back in the car, and it went for another 100,000 miles. They don't do that anymore. If your alternator goes out now, you take it out, throw it away, and put a new one in. Nobody fixes anything anymore. Everything's in component. Same with the car. If you get a dent in your fender, they used to go and knock the dent out, sand it off, repaint it, rebuild it. They don't do that anymore. They take that whole panel off. So if it's the left front panel of your car that gets dented, they take it off, they put a new one on, and that's it. That's what they do. So that's by design. The other thing is by design is they want your cars to not last that long because they want you to buy a new one. Look at the biggest proof of that is Apple telephones. They want you to buy a new $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 Apple phone every year. And so they build stuff into it so that you want something new. So let's say there's a feature that your Apple phone is going to have next year or the year after that. They already have that design. They don't put it out because they want to add it next year so you'll buy a new phone. I mean, it's just a big game. I wouldn't have an Apple phone because of all of that. They're too damn expensive, but the phone doesn't mean that much to me. I barely use my cell phone. I tell you what, the only reason I have this cell phone, the only reason is because it's hooked to my arm and it tells me what my blood sugars are doing. As far as the phone goes, I never use it. And do I watch movies on it? Nope. I don't do anything with this phone except for that. The only time I use this phone is if Carol tells me, why don't you drive to town and pick up some groceries? Okay, I grab my phone in case she needs to tell me to get something, or I have a flat, or, if we're traveling, I take the phone. We don't use it, but it's there in case I have a flat, or I've got an accident, or I need to call somebody. That's what we use our phone for, is emergencies or keeping in touch with each other when we're not at home. Other than that, I never use that phone. I don't have social media, so I'm not going to be going on to Facebook or anything. My face, my butt, whatever they call it. All right, so I guess I'll wait till he comes back. It's getting dark on me. What happened? No, actually, I don't. When my phone, that's a good point. Scorpion's joking, but I'm not. If the phone rang right now, I wouldn't answer it. I would look to see who it was. If I recognize the number, I would answer it. But if I don't recognize the number, I won't answer it. And you may say, well, why not? Well, because nobody has my phone number. We don't use our phones like people do because we're not phone people. I don't give my number out. The only people that have my phone are my doctors, maybe the clinics, which is the doctors, my insurance companies or financial people, and that's about friends and family. Well, I don't have any friends, and so my family's got it. And that's why I say, if it's ringing, which it rarely does, I usually know who it is because I don't give my number out. If it rings and I don't recognize the number, it's probably somebody from China trying to get me to buy something. Or India or some other place. It's probably, that kind of call, so I don't answer it. I don't answer it. My life's a lot easier than yours. I'll tell you, I don't have a bunch of worries. Oh my God, the phone rings. Other people, oh my God. They're either so excited that the phone's ringing or they're scared when the phone rings. It's nothing good. It's never anything good. The IRS, oh my God. No, what'd I do? Hey, look, the pigs are in a red light district. What? What's that? I think I've noticed that before, but I can't remember. The pigs live in a red light district. Ask Scorpion what a red light district is. I can't tell you. Oh my God, that's funny. I'm wondering if those aren't supposed to be heat lamps. Huh. That would make sense if they were heat lamps, but not where I live. Doesn't get that cold. All right, pigs, settle down. You pigs. Well, I have enough money to buy the pig factory now, but should I do it? I think I'll wait till the daylight comes out. Hey, Tim's in the house. Hey, guess what? Tim's playing Farm Sim 19 on No Man's Land. And he's doing grass silage along with cows, sheep, and horses. You do horses, huh? Do you still have to ride the horses? Didn't it used to be in the game you had to ride the horses? Or somebody did. Maybe it was hired out, I don't know. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Look at those backup lights. They're brighter than the headlights. All right, I'll let him finish out and then we'll move him to that other field. But I gotta get into some daylight here. Haven't touched horses on FS22. I don't think I have either. To be honest with you. All right, where's the Limerator guy? You're done, buddy. Stop. Just stop. I don't know where he's going. Hey, that was Bill working. Bill was stopped manually. I jumped in the tractor and beat him upside the head and told him to stop. He was stopped manually. That's funny. All right, I got to figure out what other field I need to do. I think I'm getting caught up on fields. I need to seed them, I guess. Rob says he's doing horses. Whoa, Rob. Okay. Rob's doing horses. You're not talking about. Are you talking about Farm Sim? Horses on Farm Sim, Rob? Or no? There's no, yeah. You must be because there's no horses in Farm Dynasty. What am I thinking? I'm trying to get myself out of trouble because my mind went someplace it shouldn't have went. I blame that on Scorpion. He's a bad influence on me. That's the younger generation, you know, bad influence on the old. How can, oh no, I did it again. God, I hate when I do that. How can I buy the BGA on Hot Berlin? I already own the land, but it won't let me buy the BGA, but I have no mods in it, so we're going to be... I'm on FS22 on PC. I have no mods. Are you talking about Hot Bear Leon? Is that the giant base game? Because you can't buy that stuff on the base game. That'd be a mod, I think. Six o'clock in the morning. I didn't get any sleep. All right, what's going on? Why won't it open the cover? What's going on? Why won't it open? There, it's open. The cover's open. Why wouldn't let me open it myself? I couldn't open it manual. This stupid tractor's too wide. I can't get close enough to load the stuff. The stupid. It's too wide. Now I got to get a baby tractor in here. Can the truck haul that trailer? I don't think it can. It doesn't have a PTO. Just back into them. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I don't think you can buy the base on base games. They're not set up for that. I'm really not the one to ask anyway. I don't play the base games. They suck. I hate the base games. You know, the best thing about a base game is when somebody makes a mod out of it and changes it. Get big bags. I like big bags and cannot lie. It's about the bass. It's all about the bass. The bass. The bass. It's all about the bass. Yeah, ask Scorpion. I don't know. I've never played the bass game. I can't play the base game. It's all I want to do is bitch about them, especially the American ones, because you'll look at the base game, and if it's a European farm, it's all nice and pretty, and the houses have apple pies in the windowsills, and everything's clean and bright and full and recently painted. And then you go to the one that's supposed to be the American farm, and there's garbage all over the place. The garbage cans are knocked over. The paint's peeling off the houses. They look like pigs have been living in them. And, you know, they do that on purpose. That somebody had to make it that way. So it's like a slap in the face to the Americans, who probably buy the game more than Europeans do. Probably more copies sold in America than anywhere else. Binks is here. Hey, Binks. Binks is here. Morning has broken. What's up, Binks? What you doing? Speak of Europeans. I don't know. Was I speaking about Europeans? I hate to get in trouble. JJ, Rob, Tim, Tina, Lori, Andy. I forgot to check. I've got Discord running because I thought Andy might be able to communicate on Discord, but I haven't went over and checked. Just curious, anybody knows what Big Hoss's name is on Twitch. All right, Binks is putting stuff on Discord, but I don't see Andy on there. So I went over to Discord to take a look, and now my game's frozen. No, it was frozen before. Okay. Well, I'll come back. Let's come back over here. Something patch broke his map. Got a broken map. Oh, was there a patch? I didn't even notice. Trying to blame it on Lori.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Andy says he's here, but it's but he only has one arm and it's painful to type on the phone. Yeah, no problem, Andy. I mean, I'm just glad to hear you're still around. Typing's overrated anyway. Carol doesn't even type on her phone. Carol's, when she sends people messages and stuff, she does it by talking. I guess you can do that. There's a microphone on your phone, and she talks the message and sends it out on Messenger. I guess. I don't know how that works. Because she can't type. And I keep telling her, I said, turn that crap off. She's got that crap on there that when you start typing, the stupid phone wants to fill in the sentence for you. And so she starts typing a bunch of stuff, and then she reads it, and it's talking about, yes, I am going on vacation to Europe next week. That's not what I said. I said I got up early this morning. I said, yeah, don't trust that crap. It's stupid phones these smartphones are trying to take over. All right, I got to find a tractor. Oh, tractor. Here, we'll just use this one. I need more tractors. I don't have enough tractors. Yeah, I haven't played that map today. Bink said it's gonna put the brakes on if something's wrong with it. Yeah, I haven't loaded it this morning. Yeah, about the time I start learning how to use some of the stuff on it, they're gonna break it, and that's gonna be nice. All right, now wait a minute. I gotta check and see what I'm doing here. Let me flip it on. Oh God! I just ran into that stupid porch and busted my head open. Okay, what do we got going here? Corn. It's cotton. Cotton. Okay, this is empty. This is empty. This is needing plowed. I thought I just plowed this. No, I didn't just plow that. All right, I screwed up. I need to get. I'm gonna do corn in this big field here. Jeez, slow down. I'm gonna do corn on this big field. Andy broke his arm. No, he didn't. He didn't break his arm, Rob. I'm not quite sure if he even knows yet. He either has like a pinched nerve or he was having a heart attack. And over the weekend, Rob, they took him to the hospital and they said he didn't have a heart attack. So he might have some kind of pinched nerve or something. But he can't, it hurts to use his arm. I've had that happen before. There is a phenomena, and I haven't talked to Andy, so I don't know. Now, okay, I can't see my camera anymore because my game froze over there. But, okay. So, okay, here's your arm. Let's see if you can see my arm. You can't see my arm. Here's my arm. Okay, see my arm? There's a phenomenon that diabetics have where you have full motion of your arm, lifting it like this, full motion on your arm. There's a phenomena that happens to diabetics sometimes where that freezes up, and so you can't lift your arm. You just can't do it. It's very painful, and you just can't lift it. It won't go any higher than that. So you can't do this. And that's happened to me a couple of times since I've had diabetes. And there's nothing you can do. It takes time. And you have to do exercises and just keep pushing it and 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 pushing it until you get full motion back. And it just takes time, and it's very painful. And it's the weirdest thing. The first time it happened to me, I thought, what the hell has happened to me? And so I ended up going to the doctor after a time period. Instead of going right away, I just suffered through, not knowing what was wrong. And I finally went to a doctor that knew diabetes, and he told me, he says, yeah, they don't really know what causes that. And the only thing that solves it is time, just time. And if you want to try to get it back sooner, you can start doing exercises, which I did. But it's very painful to do the exercises. Now, I don't know what's wrong with Andy, but that's happened to me. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I'm missing stuff. My observations. Beer parlor is broken. It's supposed to be open from 10 to the doors are open from 8, but the gate is closed. Rabbit pen is out of bounds. Rabbits running all over the place. I was wondering about that, Binks, because I knew that some of the stuff closed down. Now I haven't done beer yet, but I'm working on the winery. And I went to bed. When I got up, the gate was closed, and I couldn't open it. And then I looked at the clock, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I thought, oh well, it's not time to open. So I waited till like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, well, it should be open now, and it wasn't. But when I went over and clicked on it, it unlocked it and opened it. So I don't know if that was normal or not, but I don't know. They're supposed to be loosener pens only. Rabbits are loose and have the big nasty teeth. Where in the hell have you been? That rabbits are big and have nasty teeth. Andy says, right, it's a pinched nerve. Well, Andy, the only reason I told that story, I'm not quite sure if you can move your arm at all like that. Literally though, with this phenomena that I'm talking about, that diabetics get, you literally cannot move it. It is locked. You can't move it at all. It's not that it's pinched. I mean, it hurts like it's pinched. But, when you're trying to move it, but it's locked, and you just have to keep working, and it just takes time. Monty Python taught you about evil bunnies. Yeah. Did he teach you how to ride a stick horse? Because they like to ride, and you have to have a set of coconuts to make the horse sound. The clop 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 clop. Cheers, Scorp. Yeah, Binks already bought the land and stuff, but I was working some wine, and the sun was going down, and I went to get out, and it had me locked in. And so I thought, oh, hell, I'll just wait till morning, which I did. But when I thought it should open, it still wasn't open. So I don't know. And it finally did open. I had to do it manually, though. I mean, it didn't automatically open the gates, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe it's not supposed to. Well, isn't that appropriate? That was the last sip of Mountain Dew, kind of. And it's 3 o'clock. Time to go. So, information, don't count on it, but just information. I was working, you've heard me talking about the winery. I was working on this map that Binks is talking about. And this afternoon, now that there might be a problem, I'm going to go take a look at it, because I was working on the winery trying to get it to work, and I got everything figured out, and I made myself some wine, and I was maybe going to do a live stream this weekend on that farm. But if it's broken, I guess I won't. So I'll have to see. If you bought the land, you should be able to open the gates. It doesn't open automatically. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Because I didn't shut the gates. The gates shut after the sun went down. But anyway. So, if the game's not too broken, I might come on this weekend and play the winery a little bit. On that particular map, I'm not doing anything but making wine. And then on a different gameplay, I'm playing the same map, only I'm doing the brewery instead of the winery, instead of the vineyard. I'm doing the brewery and nothing else. I'm not farming it. The only thing I will farm is if it has something to do with making the beer or the wine. Obviously, to make wine, you have to farm grapes. So I am farming the grapes, but if I'm going to do the beer, I'm not going to do the crops or anything like that. I'm not doing animals. I'm not doing crops. I'm just doing the beer. Now, if I have to do something like grow hops, then which I don't know because I haven't done the beer yet. But then I will grow hops. But if I don't, then I'm just going to do the beer. Anyway, time for me to go. Thanks for coming by. Andy, get better. And hell, you might try typing with one hand. You might do a better job. Did I just say that out loud? I'm just kidding, Andy, trying to make you laugh. It's going to make you mad. You're going to throw that bad arm at me. Anyway, I hope to see you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. Have fun playing games. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ta. I found the camera. Bye.